we went out and we're like, all right, dude, we're gonna blast some turkeys. Last day, it's gonna be great. It's coming up to the last little bit, and we just turn around and see 4 gobblers walking right towards us, and they get within, probably, I don't know what, like probably 10 meters. Is that right?
A yard and a meter, close enough.
And we just, unload, and no birds lost their lives that day.
Yeah. Welcome to Muttering Pines, the show where us city folk try to cowpoke. We drink beer, talk about ATVs, life outside the city, homesteading, entrepreneurship, and ultimately trying to do stuff with our hands. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
It's been so
Great.
long.
You're goddamn right you two are great because you're both vicious killers of huge deer in the wild. I saw pictures. It was bitchin'.
I banged out that massive 6x6 we were talking to Dylan about. Turns out it wasn't as big as I thought, and it may be missing a few horns. So not quite 6 point, more like
3.5?
technically 4, but Matt, I think you said like he was probably born with those 4 last year.
Yeah.
You shot another baby, didn't you?
Yeah.
No, he's not a baby, but he's an okay deer.
He's not even a teenager.
He's a teenager.
But not true for the one that you got out at your dad's place, Matt. That one looks like huge and beautiful.
Well, okay, I think it looks better in the pictures. He's rather young in his antler diameter. Like he's a fine deer. It's okay. But I missed my shot on the one that I wanted. I couldn't get it lined up.
Why not, Matt? Because it was too far away?
It looked really far away in my scope.
I was 50-50 you were sleeping. I thought maybe you were asleep.
No, it was shitty windy, like 50k winds, and I'm looking over this hill laying down on top, and I'm looking at this deer, and it's like I just can't see him, and the crosshairs are as big as he is. I'm like, that doesn't look that far away, but I don't know. My scope zoomed right in. It's fine. And so I sat there watching, and then it kind of left. And then at the end of it, it turned out my scope was zoomed all the way out because I was looking at the reticle wrong. So,
oh no.
Yep.
Oh, well, fair enough. But you still got a beautiful animal.
Yep. And he harvested a wonderful amount of meat, and it was good. It was all perfect. I was able to go hunting with my dad for probably one of the fewer last times, and got to drive the truck right up to go pick him up. It was great.
That's congratulations. Good
Thanks.
shooting, guys.
Interested in hearing about the size of deer in other parts of the world, because I know they differ, like even from here to BC. Mm-hmm. And our guests tonight are both big hunters.
Mm-hmm.
So I am interested in seeing, I think the one guy hunts muley, and then obviously whitetail as well. I'm interested to see what it's like down in
Virginia,
great state of Virginia.
Yeah. And then bees. They keep bees.
And they keep bees, which is something Matt is great at. And they turkey hunt, which is something we're notoriously awful at
turkeys. I cannot wait for them to make fun of us for not being able to ever kill any turkeys.
Ever.
Just that one time.
Yeah. Just the one time.
One time. British Columbia's last turkey, and we got it.
Yeah.
We got it.
I'm excited because tonight we're talking to Logan Moore and James Chainsaw Montgomery from the Low Water Bridge Band.
Yeah,
Chainsaw.
Great nickname.
Yeah, such a good nickname. Better than Gazzer. But before we let them in, all right, let's let them in. All right. Good evening, gentlemen.
Hello.
Howdy. Hi, guys.
How are you doing this evening? Good?
We're good. Yeah, we're good. The rut is on. It's cold out. Feeling good over here.
Okay. Mm-hmm. When you say it's cold out.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So it's probably what, like 30, 38 degrees here now?
Probably right now.
Oh, okay. That's still cold.
Oh, yeah, it is cold. Yeah.
100%
properly cold.
Guys.
Can someone translate that?
No.
32 is freezing, so we're actually, I think, warmer than they are right now.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Where are you guys located?
So we're in Canada.
We're in
just north of Montana.
Yeah, in Alberta.
I got you.
All right. Yeah, we're having a little cold snap come through here right now. So it's been, some days it's been like 70s, some days it's been in the 30s and the 40s. So it's been weird.
That's Virginia for you.
Have you been out our way before? Oh, you've been out to the western part of Canada? Yeah.
No, not really. I've been to Montana a bunch.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So our weather a lot like Colorado and Montana in that region. That's what our climate's like. Yeah.
Yeah.
And really, like, this is like what you see. This is just what igloos look like, but on the inside. They're all backgrounds. Like
it's all ice. That's why it's so white. Yeah.
Wow.
They're surprisingly big inside.
Surprisingly big.
You know, what I did not expect on tonight's podcast was for this to look like the stages of growing a beard to completion. If you take us all through, starting at Darren and ending, it's terrific. Yeah, that's great.
This is as much as I get.
How much work do you guys put into your beards? I have to know.
I wake up, I brush it, part the stash, and move on.
Yeah, they're not as much work as the number of products that are available for them is what I've found. Yeah.
Well, if you shower often, I think you need to use products, but I don't shower very much, which you got to have some oil, whether it's your own oil or you put something in there because you get where it's like a big cotton ball for a day.
Yeah.
Kind of get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, don't shower.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Way ahead of you. Yeah.
Gives a lot of time.
Yeah.
What do you mean shower? What's the fuck is that?
You mean like rain?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be months before we see that stuff again. Rain.
Actually, I think we're gonna get some tomorrow. A little bit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Inch, I think.
Did you guys get snow?
Yeah.
We do, but we haven't got any yet.
Right.
Mm.
It's been a while since we've got like a substantial amount of snow too. Probably a couple of years since we've had some like real good snow.
Do you guys hunt in the snow? Do you guys you good for that? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What is your hunting seasons?
The sun. What's that?
What is your hunting seasons? Like when does rifle season start or what are your for hunting? You guys are hunting right now, obviously, or
right? Yeah, rifle just came in on Saturday.
Yep.
Okay.
But before that, we had muzzleloader for 2 weeks, I think.
Yep, 2 weeks,
and then bow for about a month before that.
Yeah. Well, you guys are later than us. That's surprising.
Yeah,
I thought you'd be earlier, but
so they've started the past couple of years. Last year, they gave us an extra 3 months to hunt. I guess there was a surplus of deer running around. But this year, I think they dialed it back again. So it's
that was antlerless only, though.
Right.
With stuff, but
then we have rifle till what, February or March?
Yeah,
something like that.
Holy shit!
Oh, okay. Man, it runs a long time.
In January, though.
Yeah.
First weekend of January, but it is full rut right now. It's on right now.
Yeah.
Now is the time to be in the woods here. So,
have you been successful yet?
I've successfully seen a couple.
You shot.
I shot one.
Shot a big one.
I had a pretty good one. It was still muzzleloader season. Took about a 100-yard shot. Thought I hit him really well. Heard him crashing through the neighbor's cornfield, but never found him. Blood everywhere, but no bodies.
Oh, that's too bad.
You were using a muzzle loader?
Yeah.
and 100 yards you clipped him, but never found him.
Yeah, I feel like I hit him pretty good in the shoulder. There was tons of blood. I think he just kind of evaporated.
What do you? Yeah, that happens sometimes to deer. Yeah,
It sucks.
Used an incendiary round.
Yeah. I mean, I had good shot placement. I took my time. It all felt really good, but no bodies.
Is 100 yards? Is that on the outskirts of a muzzleloader, or I've never done it, but
I don't really know what the full length. Do you know? I mean, it just depends on how much powder you use and grain.
right.
I mean, 300 or 400 yards, I still wouldn't want to be anywhere near that bullet. I mean, it's still going to kill an animal, but they just drop so much at that yardage.
Right.
I mean, that's,
we don't really have
lethal. That's definitely a lethal, kill range for a muzzleloader, 100 yards.
Yeah, okay. And we don't have a lot of big open plains where we are anyway. We live in a hilly, kind of mountainous area, so it's a lot of woods. So it's usually within like 50 to 100 yards is when you're going to take a shot with a muzzleloader.
Yeah. Is that a round ball, or is it a project, like a shaped projectile?
Yeah, it's like a saboted bullet. Little plastic jacket around it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Oh, sort of like the end of a shotgun shell.
Kind of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, it sits in a little sleeve. I wish I had.
Yeah. I've been watching a big 10-point at my house. I got some property to hunt right behind my house, and been watching them and just waiting for them to come through. But just been seeing little bucks, and I'm not going to shoot little bucks. So
yeah, up until I saw the one I shot at, it's just been a lot of medium buck rut action. So
on that note, what did you get, Darren?
There's a reason we're real quiet. Yeah,
yeah. We were just talking about it. We went out on the weekend to my place, and I rattled in a buck. He'd be. Did you guys count both? So
medium, I think, is what.
Medium.
Yeah. Medium.
Yeah. I'd say he's like a full 6, maybe.
It's he was real small, like he was born that way, but it was fun nonetheless. So,
but he was just there. He just popped, like we rattled him into about 15 meters.
Right. Speaking yards.
15 yards. It's all the same.
Shut up, Matt. Math guy.
So are you saying it's a 3x3 or a 6x6?
It was a 3x3.
3x3, and then there's like brow tines.
Gotcha.
We're over an inch, so you can technically count those, but
that sounds like an 8-pointer to me.
Mule deer or whitetail?
White. He's a whitey. Yeah, he was. But he's gonna be good eating.
Yeah, man! Congratulations.
Thanks. We'll see what this weekend brings. So our season ends at rifle for us starts the 1st of November, and then it ends the 30th of November.
Yeah, it's real short.
And then there's I think there's some special draws you can do for moose, and like a special moose season in December.
There's elk into January as well.
And elk into January, but for the most part, it's bow. Bow starts around September, and then muzzleloader, kind of similar to you guys, and then rifle in November.
Yeah. When does you guys' rut usually start?
Well, it's actually just kind of started for us. I was surprised when you said your full rut, because ours they're just starting to move around.
Yeah.
But the guy I got on the weekend was stinky. So
he was gross.
He was real angry about the rattling I was doing.
You guys don't know Matt that well, but for Matt to make that face is something. He must have been. Yeah.
So I lost my sense of smell a couple years ago, and it's very, very muted when it came back, and that deer just made my nose turn. It was scented up so bad, it was just like, holy hell.
It will, man.
Hell yeah.
It's nasty.
Good eating though, still, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, to squeeze some of that oil right on there.
Express.
Yeah.
Before we get
so you don't have musket hardware to show us, but you do have guitars on the wall, and
Yeah.
you're not just avid hunters that get much bigger deer than us with musket loaders. You also play music.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you have a new album coming out.
Yeah,
It's
we
out.
just dropped our new
It's out.
album on Friday, Back to the Valley, anywhere you stream your music. But yeah, we like to, we have some songs about the hunt and, you know, all that kind of stuff. Moonshine, mushrooms, all that stuff.
Yeah, we've been listening to it. It's great. Like would you call it your title track?
Midnight Virginia, or
Yeah.
yeah, that's our first album. Yeah, that'll be our title track, Midnight Virginia. That's our most popular song.
And then the first single you dropped off of this album was
Siren of the Shenandoah.
Siren of the Shenandoah. Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
we
like
live.
that.
That's cool.
We live right down the road from the Shenandoah River. I mean, it bends all around us, and no matter where you live pretty close to the river there. So a lot of our stuff comes from, you know, the Shenandoah River and you know, the mountains around us too. So whenever we can get Shenandoah River in there, we try to.
Yeah.
Totally. And then I believe I was reading your song, Dear Lord. Is that correct me if I'm wrong, but is it about you guys being at an auction and nobody was winning any guns?
So that's kind of where it kind of, you know, brainchild started right there was
Gun party.
yeah, we were at a gun bash here in Berryville, and my cousin was winning bacon, guns, you know, all this stuff, and his girlfriend and I were just sitting there, just, you know, there's 30 guns to be raffled off, and we're just sitting there, dear Lord, if you just get me this gun, I promise I'll stop drinking. You know, just whatever we can do, you know. So that kind of, you know, spun around in my head for a couple of years, and then we were on a little tour with the band, and we just started talking about it. The song kind of just started up, and that's the history. Yeah. So there's a part at the end of there where I kind of go into the gun part.
Yeah,
So once you get,
it's a fun little ditty.
Yeah.
so once you get started like that, when you say you get a song going like that, so how does that start usually for you guys?
I think somebody usually comes up with a little riff on the guitar, or somebody says a line, or you know, a line pops into our head. And for me personally, I'll stew on it a little bit and kind of think of some other things that go with it. But a lot of the times it just kind of rolls right out of my head. So usually when I get into writing, it just kind of just comes out.
Okay, and so this is the thing I've wondered for a long time is, what the hell do you do if you have no instrument nearby? Like if this strikes you, like a line hits you or a melody hits you, can you write it down? Like, can you note it down as music, or what do you do if you don't have an instrument to try it out?
I mean, I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
I can kind of get a little thing going on in my head, and then I'll figure it out later. Or, you know, the words will be there, and I'll have it in my head as some type of melody. But then when I get down to actually writing it with the guitar, I'll change the melodies around, or it just kind of molds itself.
Best thing to do
feels...
is just pull your cell phone out, and if you got a melody and like a line to go with it, just kind of record it as like as an idea. And then I have a bunch of those on my phone that you can just, some of them you're like, what the hell was that? But then some of them you're like, you know, all right, you know, that could have been something, or it can be something.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. So this is because the thought of having an idea that you can't get out onto paper quick, that you're going to forget later, is terrifying to me. And so like this is a thing I've long wondered about, is like how you do this. And so the phone's really interesting. I never considered its role in this, where you like get it out and record, like hum into it or something like that.
That's the sole reason Scott is not a multimillionaire, is because he has forgotten every good idea he's ever had.
Oh.
He also forget he carries a phone at all times.
I do, and I never take it out for any reason, and it drives everybody crazy. They're like, "Hey, did you get pictures of?" Like, no. Why would I take a picture of anything? Why would my phone ever come out of my pocket unless it's for a text? I hate my phone. I hate it.
You should get yourself a little notebook. Carry it around with you.
Yeah. Look, I got to be honest with you. I always feel like an asshole when I'm the guy with a notebook. When I'm little notebook guy, it makes me feel like a jerk.
No, but then you in your breast pocket with your reading glasses that are in a leather case and a big pen, and then you just look your age.
Right. Yeah. That's, you know what? That's a really good point. I could pull that off now, right? Yeah. The short sleeve button up with the pen. Yeah. I'm at that phase. Yeah.
man.
Thank you. Thank you for giving me permission to finally be an old fucker. Yeah.
There you go. And then if you end up killing a bunch of people just look at you and be like, yeah, that tracks.
Yeah, we saw it coming.
Yeah. He was a nice guy, but we all saw it coming. Yeah.
It was the thing, right? He had the stuff. It was there.
Yeah. That's right.
So
anyway,
going back to like your music and your ideas. So you haven't been doing this too long, and I think you started or you realized you could sing in the Air Force. Is that correct,
yeah.
Logan?
I mean, I will say that we're a really young band, but we've all been doing music for a very long time. But I mean, before anything, I played drums. I was a drummer in a metal band in college. So I got into the Air Force and got in trouble for something stupid. If you know anything about the military, American militaries, you're always wrong. No matter what you're going to do, you're going to be wrong. There's no right answer, especially when you're in training. And they come up with some really cruel punishments. So I think we were at PT one morning. I can't really remember exactly when it was. It was one of those things that I don't even know what I did, but I was getting yelled at for something, and my punishment was if I wanted to speak, I had to sing it to everybody. And you know what? God. Fuck it. Let's go for it. And I did. And who knew? I could sing. I could sing on pitch and loud, and it was kind of shocked everybody. And then I got the ass whooping of a lifetime. So
they were like, "Shut up."
Yeah. Then I got in trouble for singing too much.
Right. Yeah.
So it was really before then you hadn't really tried to sing?
I mean, I had I would sing with music that I'd listen to or sing in the shower or whatever. But my sister
I thought you didn't shower.
What's that?
I thought you didn't shower.
Yeah, this was a long time ago. This is when I showered. Before I had a beard. Before I had a beard, yeah. Yeah, but my sister was always a really good singer, and I would sing and she would make fun of me. But it kind of all that happened. She had passed away back in 2009, and that was kind of right when all that stuff kind of happened. So it was kind of a weird, maybe a little gift she passed down to me. Who knows?
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and ever since then, I've kind of picked up the guitar and self-taught on guitar. I don't know any music theory at all. I try to. It's just this makes more sense to me just to figure it out.
Just to play it.
But after that, I picked up the guitar and started putting singing together with the guitar, and people enjoyed it, so I did it more.
So without music theory, can you write down music, or is that you still just keep that in your head?
I mean, yeah, I just write the lyrics down and I'll put like the chords, whatever the guitar chords are. And that's where I just have to remember it.
Okay.
Well, what's interesting about that too, which kind of goes back to your question earlier, like when one of these guys brings a song in, you know, everybody in the band is a musician, so we hear it differently. And so when, when we hear him or somebody doing it, it's like, all right, we'll try this chord as like a bridge part, something different. And then it goes, you know what I mean? It's like, it makes the song more dynamic. Or then it's like, then somebody will write a riff or, something to it that then makes it a song. You know what I mean? It's like, these guys will bring an idea in, and then, if he doesn't know the theory, it's like, well, try this chord right here. And then maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. Sometimes it's like, that's exactly what it needed,
Yeah, we have a lot of really good musicians that know a ton of theory, so it kind of makes up for my lack of knowledge of theory.
But you have a good ear. You have an amazing ear. So, like, you know what it needs to do, know where it needs to go.
Right.
So that's better than knowing theory. And then the band fills in the rest of the information.
Right.
And it works.
And these guys are, incredible musicians. and everybody has a different background, different style of music that they kind of grew up with. But there's one thing that we all kind of grew up around. That's bluegrass music. So
Yeah.
we're definitely like a country rock, grassy type band. We get labeled as a bluegrass band a lot, which we're not. We have drums and electric guitars and all that stuff, but we do have we have a little bit of bluegrass tendencies in our songs, so that's kind of maybe where it comes from. But that's the one thing that kind of pulls us all together is the bluegrass.
What's the definition of bluegrass? If it's,
I would say probably like all string band.
Yeah, I mean, Bill Monroe he's the guy who kind of coined that. So I would say the quintessential bluegrass band is the upright bass, banjo, mandolin, guitar,
Fiddle.
okay. Yeah.
So that's your quintessential instrumentation. But then basically the chords they're 3-chord songs, and there's a very structured like bluegrass thing that happens, and there's a G run that's in there. Those are like quintessential like little things that make bluegrass that, and
just a little formula, I guess. Yeah.
So
okay.
It's that sound you can pretty much recognize right off the bat,
And so the people that you write with, they're all, steeped in this. Are they people like from your personal life, or do you hire folks, or like, 'cause, I'm curious about getting together to make songs. And the reason I'm curious about this is in country music, it happens more than it seems in most other genres today. And this, is like something Joe Walsh from the Eagles talked about years ago, was that people don't make music in the room together anymore, and you can hear it in the music. And this isn't true in your genre. So I'm curious how you accumulate these people that you work with.
Well, I mean, we all live in the same area. We're a dedicated 6-piece band, so we have practices every week. We write a lot of music together. We usually write a lot of music at practices. We all live in the same area, and we all just kind of know each other. That's kind of how the band started, really.
Right.
There is our one new guy is kind of a started out as a hired gun, but I had known him for so long and played music with him years and years ago that he would be the only one that's kind of a hired guy, but he's actually like family, And then speaking of family, the drummer and the bass player are brothers.
The other singers too. So
which is married to his cousin.
Yeah. So they're my cousin-in-laws.
Right. And then my best friend Kip is his cousin, and that's how I met him on a hunting trip in Tennessee. So yeah, there's no like real hired guns. It was all kind of like we came together organically.
Yeah,
that's terrific.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And it's funny. Yeah, I met James in the middle of the woods in Tennessee turkey hunting a couple years ago. We're from the same area, so it was like,
yeah. He was like, I'm moving back in a couple months, and I was like, who cares? And then he did, and it was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. And then started playing music. I was like, damn, dude. All right, let's figure it out. So
yeah,
that's awesome. Okay, I got a couple questions.
Yeah.
One, looks like you guys have some gorgeous copper line mugs there. What's in them?
Little Jack and Ginger.
I don't even know what this one is. It's some Kentucky bourbon that he said was not good, and I was like, well, that's pretty good. It had a lot of dust on the bottle, so
there's a lot of dust.
Yeah.
Is there a bad Kentucky bourbon?
No.
I mean, I think the one that he's drinking is bad.
I mean,
what is it?
It said single barrel 100 proof, so it can't be that bad, right?
Gets the job done.
Do you know what it is?
I don't know what it is.
Okay.
I don't even know what it is. That's how much I don't like it.
I'm with you. Is there a bad Kentucky bourbon? I mean,
there's no way we could ever know.
Yeah, there's no way of knowing.
No, because that'll be gone, hey? So, like, the evidence will be washed away.
Makes you feel good.
Yeah.
Until tomorrow.
Wait, what are you guys drinking?
Just some beer.
Yeah.
Paps. All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
me, I'm having tonic water and bitters.
Because you don't drink anymore.
Well, I don't always drink. That's the
Gotcha.
thing. I don't mix. That's my key thing. Is I don't mix. Yeah.
Oh, not a good cross buzzer.
No.
That's right.
Darren, are you sipping on anything, or are you just chilling?
No, I got Pendletons,
Ah, nice.
but I old manned it up a bit and I turned it into a hot whiskey. So a little hot water, honey, and lemon,
Yeah,
Nice.
that's nice.
Gotta
Just
have
to-
the honey in there.
just to ease into the next 16 beers that are going to go down right after this.
Oh, okay.
Just a little warm up.
Yes, exactly. It's a little warm up.
We
Yeah,
started
one-
drinking. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, I want to start talking about some of you guys' hobbies because you share a lot with us. And I think one of the interesting things is you guys love music. You're good at music. We love music. We can't play music.
Terrible
We're
at music.
You guys love turkey hunting. We are fucking
The
awful at
worst
turkey
turkey
hunting.
hunters in
We tried it
on
like
the
3
continent.
years straight
Bar
and
none.
just gave up and turned it into like a drinking trip. And we were like,
Oh,
fuck it.
yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Get the quads out,
Yeah.
and that's the end of that.
Get
We
some
buy a
wild-
turkey on the way back and we show it to our wives. We're like, here, look, we got one again.
Says Butterball.
Yeah.
What strain of turkey y'all have there? Miriam's?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
So-
harder to hunt?
No.
Damn.
That's true. They're
I think you said no wrong. I think you meant definitely.
Yeah, those birds have made fools of us for near a decade
Oh, they
now.
will, man. It doesn't matter.
Every year, I'm a fool. Every year.
Unbelievable.
Does that mean you come back skunked every year?
Not every year.
No, but it happens. I mean, actually, this year was the first year I killed one in like 3 years.
Okay.
Really?
It wasn't for lack of trying either. I mean, I used to have really good luck, and lately I've had really bad luck. It must be something I'm doing wrong, but
Do you see them, or are you just missing your
I mean,
shot?
shoot
Or
at them, close calls. They see you move. I mean, it's not like I'm just getting out there whiffing, but it's
Yeah,
they're
it's
difficult.
this year was a little. This year was really weird with turkeys. We had the last day. Me and my cousin Kip, we went out and we're like, all right, dude, we're gonna blast some turkeys. Last day, it's gonna be great. It's coming up to the last little bit, and we just turn around and see 4 gobblers walking right towards us, and they get within. I mean, probably, I don't know what, like probably 10 meters. Is that right?
A yard and a
10
meter,
meters from us.
close enough.
And we just, unload, and no birds lost their lives that day.
Yeah.
I don't know how we missed. I mean, we just sprayed everywhere. It was,
Full on
Birds
rodeo.
are standing there looking at
Yeah.
themselves, all surprised.
yeah,
How many shots did you shoot total
that time. I mean, me,
between the two of you?
6, I think, probably.
Holy
I had a semi-auto. I emptied it.
Oh man,
Our experience turkey hunting is a little different than yours. One year we went out and we got out of the truck, and it was pretty early. We had left our city really early in the morning, driven a long way, and we're way out in the mountains. We're near the Montana border when we're out in this, like, there's nobody out there. It's quiet. As soon as we got out of the truck, we heard a gobbler, and then that was the last turkey we've ever had sign of ever, and that was years ago.
Well, I mean,
you exaggerate, but
you gotta keep after it.
so this is where it's turned into a boys drinking trip, because we still do all the same motions. We bring guns, we go out to the woods, we go hang out at the same spot, and we hear turkeys, and that's as far as it ever goes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
one
all you
season-
need is just to hear them.
yeah.
Yeah, one season we were out there and a snow fox walked up to our camp while we were sitting there. This is way too far south for a snow fox, for one thing. And there were 2 nested cranes that are on the endangered list in that same region. Not one turkey. None. We see nothing of the sort. We see some of the rarest animals in our country. No turkeys, not one.
That is very odd.
Did James and I need to come up there?
Yeah.
Can you bring turkeys? Can you import them?
Yeah, we'll bring our own turkeys.
So we have pheasant hunting here where it's
nice.
So do you guys have pheasants there?
No.
No?
I think we have
They're
some
stocked.
reserves. Yeah, some stock stuff. I never
yeah,
pheasant hunted, but I hear it's a blast.
Yeah. So the pheasant hunting is where basically they're not a native bird. They you have to buy them, they release them, and then occasionally some make it through the season, but rarely. And you go and pay a bunch of money for every bird you buy, and then you go out for the day hunting. And it's like you bring your own birds type thing. They release them in the morning, and you go hunt the field. It's a blast, but yeah.
Sounds like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. There's
buy your own birds.
I mean, I have been hunting in like North and South Dakota, where there's tons of them. They live there year round, and we go out and hunt wild ones, and but you're only allowed 2 birds per. But it's a hell of a lot of good time, you know. And it's a noon start, the gentleman's start, so you can get hammered the night before and
nice
get up and make it out there by noon. And I mean, there's so many birds up there, you pretty much shoot 2 instantly, you know.
Really?
Yeah, your first walk, you're pretty much done for the day, and you know, you go back and they're delicious. You lay them up and start drinking again. So
rinse and repeat.
It's our kind of trip.
Yeah,
we do a guys trip where we go down to it was Tennessee every year. They have their turkey season opens up a week before ours, so we go down for a week. That's where I met James first time, and we go down and get an extra week of turkey season. But they just switched up their season to start with ours. So now we don't know what to do.
Do you have to pay extra because you're out of state?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was like $200 for a week long pass, and you can get two or three birds.
You could kill 4 gobblers out of non-resident, which is like it's probably the most in the country. You know, like for non-resident to go and kill 4 birds. But their population used to be insane. Like I lived in Nashville from like 2004 to like 2009. And the population when I left down there was just, I mean, you'd hit the call and it was just like every ridge had a gobbler on it. I mean, it was insane. And so then I moved back and I told all my buddies, I'm like, you guys should go down here and check this place out. And we went down there and destroyed the birds.
It's because of them they had to change the food.
Yeah, I mean, it really was. And we hammered them, and then so it was so amazing that we would go back every year. But it seems like the past few years it's kind of tailed off. Like a lot of the birds have, the population's decreased significantly, and they've also lowered that number. I think non-resident is now 2 or 3 birds. So the population is not what it was.
What's a resident allowed? 1 or
4? Same amount.
Okay.
Interesting.
I think in the past 2 years probably, we've had a big influx of coyotes.
True.
So that's I think I've seen probably 4 or 5 coyotes on this past turkey season, just out of range. But
I was going to say, so do you promote them to a better life?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your coyotes are bigger than the western species of coyote too, I think. Like coyotes in your region are bigger than the ones we have.
Probably they're eating good over here. I mean, they're grabbing people's chickens, dogs.
Yeah. There's also talk of around here, the red wolf is around here. They claim, or even a coy wolf, which is a cross. But I don't really know if there's a whole lot of real evidence there. But yeah, there is some big coyotes. But you guys have way more. It seems.
Yeah. The ones over here get gutsier though. They come in and come in real close.
Mm-hmm.
So
I don't know. we've in this province in particular, we have vicious predator control because of there's so much ranch land here. So
Oh yeah.
like coyotes are I mean, they're common, but they're not abundant, I would say.
I'd say there's plenty on our place there, Scott. All night long.
So the coyotes
in the forest that we live in. Yes.
Yeah. The coyotes here are so heavily shot at that if you make any motion as a human, you slow a vehicle down, they are just gone. Like,
yeah.
So they're hard to get close to unless you just luck out.
Yeah.
I have a love for that sport too, and Darren doesn't really appreciate it too much, but every time we're out doing something and I see a dog, I'm like, oh, go get it.
Bloodlust kicks in, he jumps out of the truck, still moving.
Comes back with blood all over his face.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But James, you traveled around filming a hunting show?
I did. I started out in fly fishing with a guy, Fly Rod Chronicles. I don't know if you've ever seen that show. But I started out fly fishing, which there was some hunting involved in that show as well. Like, we did like Project Healing Waters and stuff. Traveled all over, Brazil and Alaska and different things. And then as that show kind of came to an end, I got mixed up with John Riggins. I don't know if you guys know him. He was
I've heard the name.
Redskins running back, Super Bowl 17 MVP. And so we did a lot of hunting together all around the country and Alaska and stuff like that too. But
oh, wow.
Yeah,
that sounds like a lot of fun.
So you did fly fishing?
Yeah, it was a lot of fly fishing.
Hunting.
Yeah, yep.
And you never came to Alberta.
No, I mean,
you did the show wrong.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, I guarantee if we would have continued, we would have gotten up there. But we weren't doing like how a lot of these shows. I don't know how much hunting shows you watch, but you get invited to these outfitters or ranches and stuff. We were still early in our existence that we weren't doing that. We were just going on public land hunting, which I think is cooler, anyways.
Yeah, I agree.
We were just doing it on our own. We would go out, find places and kill stuff,
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And eat it. That was another part of that. He was really into like, your regular kind of guy chef. And so there was always like a little segment where we'd cook it up or whatever. So, but that's some great times, man. It really was. A lot of drinking, ton of drinking, filming, hunting. So
that sounds
you
like
hunted all over the United States and then off the continent and then still on the continent into Alaska.
Well, we fished in Alaska.
Oh, okay.
You guys know who Coach Bobby Knight is? He just passed away. He was
basketball coach.
He was the most winning college basketball coach of all time in Indiana. And Indiana. But anyway, so we do stuff like that. Celebrity guests with Joe Gibbs. We did a lot of big name guys and stuff, and it was a great experience.
Are you totally blown away by our vast and in-depth knowledge of American sports right now?
Yeah,
you all these names. You're like,
I'm like, they're American football players.
Yeah. Is that hockey?
I love hockey, but absolutely love hockey. But
we got the Caps, we got the Capitals, but I know you guys have way better teams than us. So,
not where we live. We don't.
No,
no, don't you worry
Canada
about
as a whole.
We used to.
Yeah,
sorry,
the Flames, the Calgary Flames.
Yeah, I was going to say Calgary.
Yeah,
that's cool.
And
I mean, we have another city in the province that has an NHL team, which is the Edmonton Oilers. And if they were doing any better, I would have just said them instead. But they both are terrible. And so here we are.
But the Oilers last year went pretty far, I thought. Didn't they make it to like semifinals or something like that?
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they got kicked out. But Yeah, the Vegas Knights, screw them. Las Vegas, come on.
Oh,
They,
yeah.
like
No
probably
ice
shouldn't have
there.
a hockey team.
What's that?
Probably shouldn't have a hockey team.
No.
In Vegas? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's too hot there.
Yeah, it's too hot.
it's a fucking desert.
Yeah.
Who's doing having a hockey team?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair
Might as well
enough.
just get a Dubai hockey team and bring that in. It's
Right? Yeah.
exactly the same.
I was a big Wings fan back in the 90s when like Paul Coffey, Sergei Fedorov, and
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Iserman. I think he was on that team. They
Back when it
dominated for what, like 8-10 years.
yeah,
They were like the Chicago Bulls of on the ice.
totally.
But
They know who the Chicago Bulls are, so point.
they're a basketball team.
I know who they are.
No, it's the only one we know, I think.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I've seen the
There's
Rocks
Mauer,
tattoo.
Michael Jordan.
Might have heard of him.
Yeah.
So we got
Logan-
hunting, we got successful turkey hunting we don't have in common. We've been very clear about that.
Yeah.
Clearly
Hey,
drinking
if
we
you
have
get
in
wobbles, I say
common.
that's successful.
Yeah,
I suppose.
Yeah, all right. Thanks.
Honestly,
show-
if you're a gobble, run straight towards it. I'm telling
Dead
you.
to it.
Run wherever you think it was. Run straight there and sit down, and then look around. You know?
Hit your call every once in a while, and they're just like us, man. They're like us dudes. We're too stupid to,
Yeah.
we hear a beautiful woman around the corner. I'm going to go over there and look.
That's fair.
You just can't help it.
Yeah,
I'd have gotten my head blown off thousands of times.
yeah. This beard would be on somebody's wall somewhere.
One thing that I think you do well, and that, well, we don't do well, but Matt does well,
Yeah.
is beekeeping.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an avid
both
beekeeper.
bee-men.
Sweet.
Nice.
Awesome.
So, how did you get your start?
I was a nomad for a long time, and I was living in Charlotte, North Carolina, and decided to move back to my hometown area. And I bought a house in my hometown of Front Royal, Virginia. And my dad had gotten into bees a couple of years before. And when I bought my house, they just hooked me up with a whole hive of bees for a housewarming gift. And it's just kind of gone from there. Now I have 8 hives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a housewarming gift. It's like, here's a bunch of shit you have to
here's some
invest in and
bees.
take care of for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Here's one of the most expensive hobbies you can ever find. There you go.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they sting you really bad, too. Here's 10,000 of them.
Yeah.
Wow. So now you're up to 8 hives though. So clearly you like it, and you
Yeah.
bottle up the honey, and what do? You mix it in
Yeah.
drinks. You
Yeah, we sell it at
Give it away.
shows.
Yeah.
We got jars of honey. We sell at shows. We are working with a local cidery, and we're going to make a drink with our honey, low water bridge band drink. So we're using it to market some stuff, and it's just I like it. It's very therapeutic. I mean, you got to be real calm to go into, as you know. You got to kind of check yourself before you get into it, because they'll know if something's up, and they don't like bad vibes.
So I refuse to go in there without a veil, and I don't like getting stung. So, but do you go?
It's weird.
If you're being calm and such, you're obviously going in there without a veil on.
No, I'll wear a jacket with the veil, but if I'm in the springtime, I'll rescue my bees. I don't buy packages of bees. I'll just as they're swarming everywhere, I'll get hit up on Facebook. Someone will be like, "Hey, I got some bees in my yard." I'll just go get those, and I don't wear anything with that, just because they're pretty territorial, and when they don't have a territory to protect, they don't do shit. So
Yeah.
I feel pretty safe or dumb. It's one of the two. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I don't believe you.
Yeah.
They
One of
won't
the
do
things
shit.
that
No way. Nope.
It's true. I'm saying they will just fly around, and it's really intimidating. But if you got the queen in the box, I mean, they're gonna focus in on all of that. And it's really surprising that they don't sting while they're in that situation. But
yeah.
and that's what you really got to check yourself, because it can be really scary. And who knows? They could turn on you. I just talked to them.
Like, what do you
Well,
say? You don't sing?
No,
that might alert
I'll just
them.
talk to them. I'll just whisper. They're mainly all ladies, so I'll just be like, "Hey, babies, come on in this box. I'm gonna take you home. We're gonna feed you some dinner. Gonna get you guys a glass of wine. Come on in.
Mm.
We're gonna watch a movie." And then they
That's
do.
what I've never
And then
I've
you
never
keep 'em
rescued a swarm
like
before,
a predator.
It's,
Yeah, you just do
it's really easy to rescue them. It really is. Do you ever see any swarms? Usually in the springtime.
So our seasons, because our keeping season's quite short compared to your guys's, it's less likely to happen here. It's not that it doesn't happen, but personally, in my apiary, I don't have that problem. I split them too early, so they don't really want to swarm.
Yeah, yeah,
So that's how we manage it here.
yeah. Well, these are I catch. There's a lot. The past few years, the whole beekeeping thing has really kind of blown up in this area. So I'll usually catch other, beekeepers, bees that have swarmed out, and then now they're mine.
Yeah.
Finders keepers.
Yep.
Oh.
So
Finders
how
keepers.
It's
much?
the same rules for cattle, right? We can use
I
those same
think
rules
so.
for cattle. Yeah.
I think you get hung for that, right? They used
Bee
to.
there's no rules for bee wrestling.
No,
Yeah.
No.
there's only one rule. There are no rules.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
think that's a pretty good premise for a children's book, though. Bee rustling.
The bee wrestler.
Yeah.
There's that new movie, The Beekeeper, with
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. Yeah.
Jason Statham. Yeah.
What?
Oh.
What is that?
Yeah.
He's like a
Movie?
contract killer or something, but he's a beekeeper on the side, and that's
I
they
have
made
to
a movie
confess,
into it.
I will see anything with that guy. I just
Yeah.
like the kicking and punching he does so much. I just want more of it. So yes, I didn't know this movie existed. As soon as we're done this podcast, I'm just gonna go watch that. I'm gonna watch the shit out of it.
Is it out yet? I saw
I
saw
think it's
previews
still-
for it.
I think it's still coming.
Oh, this is getting really disappointing, you guys. Come on. Now I'm gonna have to go watch
Sorry.
the Meg or
Anticipation's
something.
going to build up, though.
Yeah.
So is he like gonna kill people with his bees? Like it has to.
Yeah, that's what I thought this was headed.
The bomb
Oh.
for the bees.
Oh, that would
Yeah.
be great.
How much honey do you harvest off your hives there? Your 8 hives.
So it depends on. Do you guys just have one honey flow? Do you have one time that you pull?
Yeah, just once.
Yeah, so we can usually get two. We get like a spring honey flow and then like a fall time honey flow.
Mm-hmm.
Collectively, off of those, I could probably get 400 pounds.
Okay. Yep. And that's
Yeah.
enough to do like a meatery or a something.
Yeah. We're still working that out, so we don't know exactly how much it's going to take, but yeah. But I mean, we sell them at shows, and we.
Have you made mead out of it yet?
I haven't. No, I don't know too much
Oh.
about mead.
I made mead years ago, and it was really good. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Do you
Yeah.
like getting drunk? Because that's what happens.
Sometimes I do.
Yeah.
Because it's like what 15% or something. Like it's
This-
pretty
yeah,
high
the last
test.
stuff I made was 15%. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
basically, honey wine is what it is. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good.
it's delicious.
So you get a few hundred pounds, Matt. Do you want to regale him with your situation last year? How many pounds you ended up getting due to miscalculation?
I think I got 1,600 pounds.
Damn.
So I'm still sitting on lots of it. So
Okay.
I
All
bet.
right.
I bet.
Nice.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of cups of coffee.
yeah.
I drink
Yeah.
coffee every morning and put his honey in it, and it's delicious.
So how many hives do you have?
About 75.
Ah, okay. You got a little bit bigger operation than I got.
It's
75?
it's turned into a problem.
I was going to say.
This, Logan, believe it or not, is the first Darren and I are hearing of this also. This is exciting news from the
This is
beekeeping
the
press.
Jason Statham of the conversation.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah.
Well, so I purchased 6 hives 4 years ago and have split them ever since. And so all of my splits have been from those original 6 hives.
Nice.
You
I have a
buy
hard time
queens.
keeping them alive in the wintertime.
So I winter mine indoors. So our climate's cold enough where we can lock them up. You put them in pitch black room with ventilation, and you keep them cool but not too cold. So they create heat on their own.
Right.
So you put a whole bunch in a locked room, seal it up so there's not a drip of light, and you can keep them there for 6 months. And they're a better survival rate in our climate for what I find than if you just wrap them and leave them outdoors. But we get strong warm swings where it'll go from really cold to really warm, and I find it kind of messes them up. They get I don't know if it's humidity or something that kills them, but
yeah. Those temperature shifts have a name here. They're called Chinooks. They're the reason I'm in a t-shirt doing the show today in November. Yeah.
In your igloo.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It makes me look real tough, but the truth is that this hot ass wind blows over the Rocky Mountains into our city every so often. We get crazy and go like drink beer on patios when it's still below freezing because it's not as below freezing as it used to be.
As long as the sun's out, you can be outside in just a t-shirt, no problem. So
yeah.
Dang.
Doesn't do much for the rut though when it's like
yeah.
10, like last weekend it was 10. That doesn't mean anything to you. 10 degrees. Matt, translate.
65.
Yeah,
something like that. 60, 65.
Okay.
But it'll be in that the well above freezing, and we like if we got a proper cold snap here, our rut would have come and been hard on right now. But it's just kind of barely starting right now. It's been so warm.
they're just sleeping on the sides of hills in the sun. They don't give a shit.
Yeah,
right now.
Lazy.
That's when you can crawl up and cut them with a knife. Get a knife kill.
Rambo style. If you figure out how to do that, you let us know.
That's my goal. Once I get a knife kill, get a deer with a knife kill, I'm going to stop.
Yeah. Is that the progressive next step? Once you go from rifle, then it's muzzleloader, then it's archery, and then it's just straight knives?
No, you go spear, and then knife.
Spears. Okay.
Yeah, spear, sword, knife. Yeah.
2 albums from now, you'll just be filing your teeth.
And then you just got to fight them with bare hands. That's the end.
That's the final step.
Yeah.
Go full Balboa.
Yep.
I have one more question about honey. Have you ever made an old fashioned with your honey?
I have not with my honey, but seems like I should probably do that very soon.
Yeah.
This actually sounds really good right now.
It's so I would make it with a sugar syrup myself all the time, and then that asshole fucking told me about using honey. And I'm like, I didn't even think of that. And now it's just like it's the best thing ever.
100 million pounds of honey. You don't have to
and it's like, why didn't I think? I have a store full of sugar in my basement, and it's like, I'm so dumb.
You just heat it up with a little bit of water and like ginger and rosemary in there. Give it like a couple minutes. Let it cool. Pour it in. Whiskey.
Damn.
Tastes like about 13 more.
That sounds dangerous.
I'm still off of whiskey because last weekend he fed me these hot toddies all night long until I literally blacked out and woke up in bed because we had missed the alarm to go hunting in the morning.
That was about like a hunt trip.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was yelling at him to turn his alarm off, and it turned out it was mine. I was just all fucked up.
And you're just by yourself in the bathroom.
In the outhouse.
Where am I?
Because we don't have toilets in Canada.
Forgot about that.
Igloos.
We normally do a part of the session here called Guest to Know You, where we ask you some questions, some trivia, and do a little rapid fire if you're into it.
Into it.
All right. First question, because we were just talking about it. What kind of cocktail would each of you be or drink, and why?
I would be oh man, I think I would be a Moscow Mule, and I don't know why. I just like the way they taste.
They're good.
Heck
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
They are
Those
good.
solid.
Because it's got a cool name, I guess, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm definitely a Manhattan guy. I love Manhattans. Don't really care for the name, but the
drink is
bitters
fine.
and the cherry kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's
Whiskey
if somebody
martini.
knows what they're doing, they're just great, But I like a really bourbon forward Manhattan, like just a hint of the other flavors, and
I like
If you
it.
were going to rename the Manhattan for your region, what would it be called?
Shenandoah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's pretty good.
perhaps.
There's got to be a drink.
I like that. I
There you
wonder
go.
what could be maybe honey. If you made it with some honey, because there is, I think, simple syrup in there. No, there isn't. There's not simple syrup in it. Yeah. All right. Well, you know what? The Manhattan. We're gonna have to come up with the Shenandoah.
We're called the Manandoah.
The Manandoah.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, there you go.
Yeah. All right.
That's a hunting drink right there, I think. Manado.
Exactly. Put that in a tumbler. Take it with you.
That'd be
Yeah,
good.
that'd be really good. We usually
Keep you
do
warm
orange
while
juice
you're
and beer.
not
orange
seeing
juice
turkey.
is good.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Nope, not yet.
Oh,
Other than yourselves, in your genre, name one band you think is killing it.
49 Winchester.
Oh, I'm making a note.
Okay.
Where's my note? We talked about this just not very long ago. Okay.
It's in
I don't
your,
know
it's
them
in
at
your
all.
breast pocket.
Okay.
Are you
in my
guys-
breast pocket. Yeah.
Are you guys not hip to 49 Winchester?
No,
No,
tell us
I've
about
heard,
49
but I haven't-
Winchester.
Virginia boys.
I haven't-
as well.
Yeah, there's some Virginia boys. They are
Yeah,
they're doing some things right now.
Yeah, they're
Do yourself a favor and check out 49 Winchester.
doing really good.
Okay.
Okay.
What
I
is it
will.
about their sound that means they're killing it for you right now?
I mean, just watching them all. They just went on tour with. It's funny. They're like an Appalachian country soul band, and they just went
Oh.
on a European tour with Luke Combs.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
incredible. Okay.
And I mean, they're just seeing them do all these things that they've been doing the past couple years, past year really. It's and they're Virginia boys, so we're real proud of them, and they're giving us a good name. Got some great music. Isaac Gibson's an incredible singer, guitar player. The whole band's pretty awesome.
I think they've
Okay.
come up on Spotify before.
Yeah,
Now that
it was a listen.
Did we do two
All right.
shows with them?
Yeah, we've done two shows
Two
with
shows
them
with them.
in Winchester, Virginia.
But Logan looks like Isaac. It's hilarious.
we just
And
have the same
people-
beards.
Like if I swear to God, if you're standing in the crowd, yeah, it's kind of the same color. They look exact. I mean, you're standing there. I could swear it's Logan up there, and they're both like the same guy. Meaning, like
Mhm.
they play the same telly kind of thing. They're the lead guy of the band, so it's really funny.
It is funny being in a crowd and someone come up and be like, "Hey, your last album was really good," and I'm like, "Oh, thanks," thinking they're talking about my actual album.
Oh no.
And they're like, "Yeah, man, I'm a huge fan of 49 Winchester," and I'm like, "Me too, me too."
yeah. All right.
But they think that
That's-
sometimes they think I'm Isaac, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah, it's funny.
All right, that's
we
good
actually
advice.
learned, before that, we thought it was Appalachia, but we learned when we talked to the Davison Brothers band that it's Appalachia.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Or I'm
They gave us some
throwing
shit
out
for
of
that
it.
one.
Appalachia, if you pronounce it wrong, yeah, that's a.
Yeah.
that's the one.
Yeah,
But I mean, it's like tomato and tomato.
but not really, though, is it? It's one way and
No,
that's
it's
it.
not. It's not at all.
I mean, it's a native thing anyway. So who knows how they actually said it? So
Yeah.
Mhm.
we're probably butchering the hell out of it.
No, probably.
So
That's what we do. Okay, got some slang questions for you.
oh wait, I didn't answer the question.
Oh,
He did. I like 49 Winchester, but I was gonna say Jake Cohn, one of our he's a 16-year-old guy from our area, like literally right here where we're at as well. He just got signed with Atlantic Records, and he also
he was on
put out-
TikTok.
he probably is, yeah.
He's on
Long
TikTok.
hair.
He just played the
Long
Opry.
hair, young guy, and he's from here, and he released a song, his first single, the same day our album hit
Last Friday, yeah.
on the 17th, So it was kind of crazy that he was releasing music with us, and
That's
he's
cool.
great. I mean,
Well beyond his years. I mean, old soul.
Yeah.
Jake Cohn, Kohn.
Yeah.
we're excited
I
for
mean,
him. So
this kid's voice, you'd
It's
think.
kind of like Coulter Wall's voice, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
real breathy, but kind of raw and.
Mhm.
And his lyrics are just kind of like, dude, you're 16. How do you even know about any of these things?
He was
Chat
abused.
GPT.
He
Probably.
writes his own. Wow.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jake Cohn. Okay.
Okay.
check him out.
He just played the Grand Ole Opry, so if that tells you
Holy
anything.
fuck.
Frostbite, I think, is his.
Frostbite is his new single.
His new
Go
single,
check it out.
so-
Yeah.
We always call
He's-
him our little brother, or
That's
what
our
do you call
little,
him?
yeah, it's our
Baby
little
brother.
brother. Yeah.
So,
We found him because he had covered a song of ours from our first album and he put it on,
that's right.
on YouTube. And we're
really?
listening. I'm like, damn, who is this kid? And then I reached out to him and, we got him to open for us for a show or two. And then, our music scene here in Winchester is really blowing up. We got Brennan Edwards, Jake Cohn, and then we got a couple guys, Chris Hunt Jr., Zach Townsend,
Plate Scrapers.
Plate Scrapers.
Us.
There's a
wow.
there's a ton of really good music around here that's getting a lot of recognition. So
Yeah.
check all those
Oh,
guys
that's
out.
great.
We
Okay.
will. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Sweet. Okay. Next part's about slang.
Ooh,
Some's
slang.
easy, and then some's going to be hard. So the first one, I'm going to ease you into it. Use the term, you can pick which one or both. You can use the term slug or nova in a sentence. Let's see if the internet steered me wrong on this one.
I think you've been steered wrong.
Let's see. I think. Is this something we should
What'd
know?
you say?
Like automatic slug and nova.
In the same sentence?
No. You can pick one or the other.
Oh.
Or both. Doesn't matter.
You slept with my sister, so I'm going to slug you in the face.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Oh.
You did.
I don't think.
No,
I
you
did.
didn't.
I don't think I did. Let me see. I don't know. Sometime I shot that deer with a slug.
All right.
A slug
The
bullet.
internet steered me wrong.
Huh?
What?
According-
What did the
What
internet?
the hell
tell
did the
you?
internet tell you?
That
Yeah.
in Virginia, the term slug means you're lazy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's true.
Okay.
Big fat slug.
I guess. I mean,
You're being a big fat slug. Absolutely.
I know that was a Virginia thing.
That's funny. What's the Nova one?
Yeah. What's the number?
North Virginia.
Oh, all right. I didn't want
Nor-
to.
yeah, okay.
So Nova means the city end of it.
Yeah.
We're west of the Blue Ridge Mountains, so
Oh, okay.
Northern
Oh.
Virginia is yeah. It's-
Well, you get an extra buck in Nova, so
Yeah.
that's the only good thing that comes from Nova.
Okay.
But Loudoun County is in Nova, Northern Virginia, and Loudoun County is like the richest county in America.
Really?
Yeah, you wouldn't think.
Really?
You think it's all California and shit like that, but yeah, it's
Loudoun County.
yeah. 85% of the world's internet is housed in Loudoun County.
Is that because it's close to the capital, or?
It's because of the big pipeline that goes under the ocean that they did way back.
Oh, the transatlantic cable.
Transit,
Yeah.
yeah, that's because of that.
Right.
So,
Huh.
which also
Huh.
makes this a huge target, this area, for
Yeah.
Never thought of that.
warfare.
I guess it's
All right.
one striking point to cut the internet off to everybody, so cut
That's
the
it.
communication.
Zombies
Never thought about
overnight.
Yeah, I'd be useless without my internet. So
I'm
Oh,
useless with it, so. I'm without. Just generally. Okay, next one. Use the term hunker.
Hunker, like hunker down, get out of the way, or
Yeah.
kind of
Hunker down behind
brace
the
yourself.
wall. Yeah.
Just making sure that's universal.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Everywhere, ever. I love it.
Yeah.
Hunker in the bunker.
Okay. Next, this is some Canadian slang. So I'm gonna get you to use it in a sentence, and you just have to fucking figure it out. Use the term toque.
Oh man, I took the wrong exit.
Oh, that's such an excellent answer. We do sound like that. Oh my
Yep.
gosh, that's excellent.
That was
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not it, but we'll give it to you.
But that might be the best answer I've ever heard to that question, honestly.
I think so.
Honestly. Yeah.
Can you just call somebody a toque? Like
Toucan Sam?
hey, damn toque.
Well, yeah, you can.
Good.
You're getting into some deep cut Canadian slang here, so we should probably start with what its usual usage is before we get into using it as a slander.
It's a knitted hat, I think you guys call them beanies.
A stocking cap.
Oh yeah,
Some people call them toboggans.
yeah, toboggans.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is probably a sled or something, actually.
Yeah.
Which is a sled, yeah.
Man,
So that makes no sense, but
I
But,
took the sled and my toboggan fell off.
Right.
yeah. So there you go. It's that. Okay, next one. Hoser.
Hoser? Oh man, I've watched enough Letterkenny to know this one.
You're a hoser, eh?
There it
There
is.
you go.
Nailed it.
All right, but for one bonus point, do you know the origin of hoser?
And I know Scott doesn't.
I think it came out of the Vikings when they went into Hoseland.
Yeah.
That's a good answer. Yeah, that's great. The losers in an outdoor hockey match have to hose off the ice. Hosers.
But it actually goes deeper than that, back to the logging days.
Man,
Why would you?
Yeah.
Why would you rinse the ice off?
You got to rebuild the ice. Once you skate on it, you're cutting it, so you put a fresh layer of water on top
Yeah.
to make
like
it
the
fresh for the next
Zamboni,
game.
Yeah, because you don't have a Zamboni on a lake, basically. Yeah.
how do you think they do it in Vegas?
Money.
Fucking hosers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of dough down there.
Shovel money into an air conditioner.
Just raise a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, this next one's not Canadian, but it's one we say all the time. Use the term choochin'.
Oh, man, we
say
were just
chooching.
outside chooching,
Yeah.
and here we are.
Yeah. Got all chooched up.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take that.
Yeah, because I got chooched up last weekend. So
Sure did.
Choocing down the line, like really like going fast or something like that.
You bet it.
Also, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
yeah, full throttle.
I feel like you could just make it really kind of anything you want.
Yeah.
You can. There's no rules.
Down.
Okay.
Do we have any?
We got some for
Do
you,
we have-
maybe.
yeah,
we got
do
some
we
slang
have
for you
something?
guys.
Bring it.
What do we have?
How about yonder?
Over yonder.
Oh, over
Over
yonder.
yonder.
Yeah.
Well, I would have said down. I'd have said down yonder, but that's okay.
Oh,
Down yonder. Okay.
How about skunked?
Oh yeah,
you didn't
Yeah.
see
Yeah.
shit.
Frequently.
that's my
I've
life.
used all my slang terms.
I say your dick's out a lot, like,
He does say that.
and it just basically.
And I always look.
just
You're-
makes you're full of shit.
Mm.
Oh, you're.
That's
Oh,
good.
okay. Yeah.
I like that.
Like your dick's out. There's no
Interesting.
way.
Oh, yeah.
I
like
might
that
start
one.
using
I
that.
like that.
Yeah.
Kind of
Yeah.
like taking the piss.
Say it to your old ladies too.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
Wife her dicks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes it even funnier.
And you know what? When you catch her with her dick out, then she'll be like, "No, you're right."
You're right.
because
It's out. Yeah.
Oh, this next podcast is going to be done with minimum 3 black eyes. 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them on Matt and 1 of them on Darren.
You gotta take a risk, gentlemen.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
Take
All right.
a risk.
Got any more?
I can't think of anything. I'm sure
That's okay.
If you think of
Yeah.
it, let us know.
there's some good ones in there. I'm sure.
I'm not good at thinking.
Join the club. Okay,
So
I'm
much
going to
in
give you
common
rapid
with us.
fire. I'm going to give you 2 things, and you got to pick one right off the top of your head. Either or. Okay? Whitetail or gobbler?
Gobbler.
Whitetail.
Yeah. All right. 22 or scattergun?
22.
Scattergun.
Oh wow.
Whatever that is.
This is great.
Probably shotgun. Right?
Yeah, shotgun, scattergun. Rifle or bow?
Rifle.
Rifle.
Spiteful.
The bow magnum. Bow magnum.
That's cheating.
That's called a crossbow.
Just tearing the poor man apart. You can't make him
Yeah.
decide like that.
Man, it's like making me choose between kids. I don't even have any kids, but I can imagine.
No.
Yeah.
That's, I only have one, but I also have access to some other people's kids. And let me tell you, it's easy to make choices. Yeah.
I got you.
This one should be easy. Rocky Mountains or the Shenandoah?
I'd go Shenandoah.
Shenandoah.
Yeah, our mountains are older.
Okay. This one depends on if you guys like actually buy gear for hunting. We don't, but Under Armour or Sitka?
Long Johns.
Yeah, I was gonna say hunt your underwear.
Neither one.
Perfect.
I'd go Under Armour because I've met those guys and hung out with them. They're actually really cool dudes. Their story's pretty badass too. They were like Maryland college guys, and they basically just came up with this thing in their garage. So they're kind of like self-made guys, and pretty cool story. But
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
and they're humble dudes. They're like, you would never know you were sitting next to the guys who made Under Armour. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like this is an apparel company that overtook Nike
Right.
from like in just a few
100%.
years. It's unbelievable. Yeah.
They basically did it with pantyhose. I mean, that's how they started their thing
Yeah.
was with like layers of pantyhose to do it. So, but in my opinion, wool, 100% wool is king for an underlayer. And you can get it wet and you'll still stay warm and it doesn't stink. Like the polyester stuff blends and they'll stink.
Because you don't shower.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
true.
I hear you.
If you're at deer camp for 20 days, where are you taking a shower, you know?
That's right.
So
Inside your
Inside your case.
waterproof underlayer.
yeah, you're
The self shower.
inside your sleeping bag when you sweat it out.
Exactly. You've got the whiskey sweats at night.
It's good enough.
Okay. Fall or spring?
What?
Fall or spring?
Spring.
Fall.
Beer or mead?
Beer.
Beer.
Whiskey or shine?
Whiskey.
Huh.
Tree stand or spot and stalk?
Tree stand.
Spot and stalk for me.
Well,
More exciting.
from like 5 a.m. till about 9 a.m. tree stand. From 9 a.m. till when I leave
Spot and stalk.
spot and stalk.
Fair
Little
enough.
bifle.
Sometimes you're gonna have to
Rifle
shoot your way
decision
out of there.
Yeah, convoluted.
I like it.
I'm a
Spot and
hybrid.
stand, we'll call it.
Yeah.
Yes.
There you go.
Stand and spot.
Stand. Well, there you go. Steel guitar or banjo?
Steel guitar. I'm gonna
Yeah,
go
steel guitar.
Okay. Richmond or Norfolk?
neither.
Yeah.
Fuck those places.
Richmond. The babes.
I'd go Richmond.
The
Yeah.
babes are hotter there.
Yeah, Richmond.
Richmond. Okay.
All right.
Cooking or eating?
Eating.
I like to eat, but I like to make it taste good.
Yeah, but sometimes you like cook, and by the time you're done cooking, you're just like, I don't even feel
Hammered.
like eating. I don't even feel like eating this.
Because you're so hammered.
You're just, you just kind of like wore out on it, or you've been snacking the whole time you've been cooking anyways.
Yes.
But,
I'll say eater, because if
Yeah.
it wasn't for food, I'd probably die.
right.
Like
So-
most of us.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna go with eating.
But we do. Like, Logan just cooked up some chili. I'm going to have a bowl after that we're done and get some more bourbon. But yeah,
There you
we love to cook up stuff,
Especially on the bus when we're on the road. We have
wild game and whatever.
yeah, we cook a lot on the road and smoke a lot of
You're-
food. So.
You're on the road soon?
2024 is going to be a pretty busy year for us. So
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I got
Yeah.
3 more in rapid fire.
okay,
Rabbit or squirrel?
rabbit
Rabbit. Way more meat.
tastes
More
better.
rabbit.
Stapleton or Childers?
Stapleton.
Okay. And this last one, is a new addition. We'll see how it takes. A mouthful of bees or a night out drinking with Bill Cosby.
Holy shit!
I mean, I would like to take a mouthful of bees out drinking with Bill Cosby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think a night with Bill Cosby would be pretty interesting, don't you think? I mean,
Would you remember it?
like
you might have had one.
You need
You
like
might have had a night out with Bill Cosby already. You don't know.
you don't know. I
well,
feel like with James, you need quite a few roofies to take him down.
yeah.
That's fair. You might
I'm
survive
the
that
last
one.
man standing almost every time, so he
That's
better double up his dose. Why are y'all picking on?
Does he
Bill
have
Cosby.
pudding or Jello with him?
Yeah.
That's the question.
Oh man.
Why are y'all picking on Bill? I love that show growing up, though. Honestly, man, we watched that all the time.
Yeah, it's defining of a whole generation.
It was
Absolutely.
till
The
Till all the
incidents.
things happened.
Unfortunate.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, you made it through our trivia, so congratulations, you win.
Thank you.
Well, actually, we'll send you some shirts. That's your prize.
Cool.
We got to send him a toque. Are you fucking joking?
Yeah,
After
we
that
should send you some
answer
toques.
for toque,
Yeah,
he's getting toques.
send these hosers some toques.
Hosers.
I had a question actually about deer hunting. If you guys have a sec,
Sure.
one of the things, it's not super prevalent in whitetail up here, but muleys it is. And I think I read that it kind of affects you guys down there a little bit. Like, do you have
Chronic
muleys in Virginia, or do you got to go?
No.
No.
Yeah, we
Okay.
don't.
There is
it's-
elk here, but they've been planted.
They just got reinstated like 10 years ago, so they just opened up a hunting season that's all draw. So
Yeah, I got a really cool story about that, but go on.
I was just going to ask if you guys struggle with CWD, like chronic wasting disease.
Yep. It's here.
I
Yeah.
haven't seen. Have you seen it? I haven't seen it, but I know it's
It's-
around. I haven't seen it anywhere.
It's tested positive in Frederick County, which is the next county over. And we have blue tongue as well. I don't know if you guys get that.
No, is that
No,
But
what's
it only
that?
happens during drought.
that's when you go out drinking with Bill Cosby?
Yeah,
Yeah, true.
blue tongue. Yeah, it's like a hemorrhaging disease that they get when during serious drought, and like a fly will bite them in the nose, and they'll get this disease that you'll usually find mature deer in water when they get it, but it only happens during drought. So we'll have that, and then they're talking about some kind of new disease that they're not even sure what it is. But there is chronic wasting disease here too.
Crazy.
Not in huge numbers, but
Okay.
it is around.
Okay, tell us your cool story about muleys.
Yeah.
The
elk story.
Your elk. Sorry.
So I know this guy
Better be good.
that we actually, yeah, it is pretty cool that we elk hunted with during the fly fishing show. That he had a big ranch in New Mexico, and it was called the Brazos River Ranch, and phenomenal fly fishing. And then the elk hunting was like insane. You know, you were at the top of this mountain. Anyway, so after that show ended, we stayed friends, and I've done a bunch of stuff with him throughout the years, just helping his kids out and doing filming projects with him and stuff. And so he calls me, and he says, "Is there any elk hunting in Virginia?" And I'm like, "No, like I don't know what you're talking about." Actually, I didn't even reply to his text because I thought it was just so crazy. I'm like, "What? I don't know what you're talking about." But somehow, this is the luckiest dude on the planet. Literally, and he like threw his name into like a hat for like some raffle hunt in Virginia, and he got it, and he came out and scouted and sent me video of the bulls that were here, and
Really?
yeah, unbelievable. You wouldn't believe. So honorably, he gave the tag to his son, and they killed the first day. I was going to go down there. We had a gig, and I was going to leave straight from that gig to go down there and film with them for the week. But the first day before I could get there, his son shot It's like 431 inch
What?
elk. Oh, dude, this thing is massive.
Holy
Like
shit.
That's a
massive.
dinosaur.
State
You
record.
shot a dinosaur.
Oh, it's insane. But there was even bigger ones. But yeah,
And you said
the
only
story's just
10
cool.
years
He's
ago?
from New Mexico. Huh?
It was only 10 years ago they were introduced?
Like 2008, I
Yeah.
want to say.
And
Okay.
Kentucky, Kentucky has a big program too. But
Yeah, I think they released them right on the Kentucky, Virginia, West Virginia border.
correct. I mean, this thing is just a stud. I mean, it's a world class
Yeah.
elk came from
Yeah.
Virginia. And what's so weird is I knew the guy and his son, and they just drew this tag in like one day, and it was Saturday, opening day, and killed this bull. And it's just like, dude,
You're never going to beat
Wow.
no.
I don't
that.
know
You
if
got to give up hunting after
You
that.
live here
You're like,
with
I
me,
tried it
man.
one day, done.
Yeah, it's usually like whenever I get like a new gun, a new 12 gauge, new rifle, whatever, I'll take it out one time and shoot something with it first day, but then I won't ever shoot anything with it ever again.
Right. So
It's
you got a
kinda
lot
like-
of guns.
it's like- I get that beginner's luck.
Just buy a gun every season.
Yeah.
I feel like I have to.
This is why we're not getting turkeys, you guys. We don't buy a shotgun every season. We've really
Yeah.
been fucking it here.
Can you guys see that?
Yeah, I can see it from space, James.
Holy shit.
That's
What the
1,
Fuck.
2,
That's the Virginia
3,
bull
4,
that he
5,
killed.
6, 7, 8.
I mean, it's just
It's like 9
stud,
points.
dude.
Damn.
That's my buddy Bo and his son
Unbelievable.
Austin.
God,
mean,
Is
it's
that a
just-
9x9?
It's like an 8x8, basically. Yeah.
Holy fuck.
I mean, it's just ridiculous. So there's a picture of him out when he actually shot it.
it's a
Jesus,
tree.
it's like a tree. Yeah.
Yeah, it's unbelievable, but
It is
You-
a tree.
that's
You
just
shot
really
a
cool to
tree.
know. I can't believe that. I mean, they're the luckiest people on the planet. I mean, they draw bighorn sheep hunts and it's just like,
Yeah.
what the hell, dude?
That's not fair.
Well, I don't see anybody getting a knife kill or anything. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine trying to take that thing down with a knife?
Oh,
throw a
man.
saddle on that thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally. Ride it home.
Yeah. Ride it to the butcher.
Holy.
That's insane. That's
Yeah,
That's an incredible
It's a cool
animal.
story.
Oh my God. Wow.
that is a
I
cool
wish I was
story.
there to film it, but I don't think you can pass on something like that.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
I did want to ask you though, James. Your nickname's Chainsaw.
Yeah.
Where's that from?
Yeah,
It's
unpack that
really
one.
it's pretty innocent actually. Like some friends of mine, we were doing like a little string band a few years ago, and we went to Germany and just like toured over there as like kind of just like for fun, but also we kind of planned it out a little bit and basically stayed for free and got paid a little bit of money. And it was like we were in the airport, and it sounded like in German the guy said banjo man and chainsaw. And so I was like, did he say banjo man? And my buddy was like, I think he said chainsaw. And it was like, so from that point on, he was like banjo man and I was chainsaw. So it's really not like
That's still cool.
anything crazy, but it kind of fits.
Well,
I
yeah.
have a chainsaw. like
It's
to
really
use my
useful, too.
chainsaw.
Yeah.
Like to use a chainsaw? Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Funny story about that. We were down in Kentucky playing a show, the festival down there. And after our show, we're at the merch table. I was standing beside James. Some guy comes up and was like, hey, man, you guys sounded great. And James was like, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And he was like, what's your name? And James goes, oh, they call me Chainsaw. And he's like, my name is James Hall. He goes, no, Chainsaw. And he goes,
Chainsaw.
So we've been trying to switch his,
Chainsaw.
we've been trying to switch his nickname to James Hall.
Dude, it was so
Oh,
funny.
that's
I was blown.
Uh,
I just can't believe that. I just can't believe it.
Yeah.
I just can't believe it.
I love it.
Those people really need that party, man.
Oh my goodness.
This guy like shoulder charged me. I was picking in a circle and he passed out shoulder charged
Right
me
in
the
between
back
all of us.
and fell right into the circle and was passed out completely. It was like,
It was great.
these people are partiers. Good God. Yeah.
They would have
Very
picked
well.
Shine for sure. If we had to give them
Yeah.
yeah.
Some people like their moonshine.
100%.
I had pickle moonshine for the first time in Kentucky.
And
Fuck.
It's good.
It is. Do you like pickles?
Yeah.
Yes.
Some
Yeah.
dill pickle moonshine.
Pickle moonshine, man. I can't
my
taste
God.
moonshine any other way now.
I
So
want,
one of
I
the
want dill
first
pickle
times
moonshine Caesars, Darren. We have to
Yeah.
get dill pickle moonshine Caesars happening on the show.
I think so.
Caesars. What is that?
Okay. You guys have Bloody Marys.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Right. Those
Which-
are awful and
Awful.
garbage drinks.
Because they don't
I
have
love
enough
me a
clams
Bloody
in them.
Yeah. So what
Oh,
you're
what?
missing is the clam juice.
Clam. Oh, okay.
I think I've actually
Yeah.
had one with clam juice.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Like a
clamato is
clamato.
like a clam and tomato juice.
Yeah.
It's mostly MSG, but there's like
It's a
essence of tomato.
suspension. Yeah.
And so it's that with Worcester sauce, hot
I
sauce,
gotcha.
whatever preserves you throw in there, vodka,
Oh,
salt, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I can get down
And you get
with
like a
that.
meal, but it's like a boozy. It's the best if you're hungover.
it's breakfast.
Caesar,
It's called a Caesar.
a Caesar,
That's
yeah,
right. It's a Bloody Mary with clam juice, basically.
I'm
Yeah.
down.
yeah,
That's for
absolutely.
And you guys have Old Bay up where you guys live?
That's a
Season-
gin, isn't it?
seasoning.
It's a crab
Oh,
season.
Old Bay seasoning. No, it's not really not prevalent here. No.
Right.
You guys don't
It's
have
delicious.
You guys don't have blue crabs there?
We're a little
Just,
little landlocked.
Just as many as Wyoming does, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Pants crabs is probably all y'all got.
just in our pants.
Yeah.
That took me a second. I was like, pants crabs? What the hell? Oh, pants crabs. Yeah. I
Scott
haven't
was
seen
too
those
busy
since I was
itching,
in
he
British
couldn't think about it.
Columbia.
The first time we really gave up turkey hunting, we were out in the backwoods in British Columbia. Like we had all our stuff, and we were just like, "Fuck this shit." Like, I think Matt got way too high, and like it was not. We were too drunk. It was not a good scene.
I couldn't feel my toes.
We bought the wrong shotgun shells. They were like mortar rounds. Like they could
Well,
knock
but
you
did
back.
we buy the wrong shotgun shells or just inappropriate for killing anything smaller than a small plane?
Yeah, that. But we're out just,
The bigger the
Trying to
better. I
do
don't
something.
understand what's going on here.
and we run into these two guys in like this.
Oh,
I don't know what it was like. It wasn't a dune buggy, but they had turned like a Civic or something, or like an old Geo Tracker.
It's an old
it was
tracker.
a tracker. It was a tracker. That's what it was. You're right.
Anyway, they invited us back to their camp. They're like, "Oh, come have drinks with us." And like idiots, we're like, "Sounds good." These two guys in the backwoods, and it's like in British Columbia, which is the province over from us. Like the whole thing's crown land. Like you can go in, and it's
That's
like you won't
public land
find
here.
someone for
Yeah.
miles. So we're like, sure, and we show up, and like their campsite, like they were set up. They were there for a little bit, and they had tables out and awnings, and they cut down at least like 2 trees. So there's like stacks of like full rounds, and they had a whole table that was basically dedicated to beer, whiskey, and pickles,
Preserves. Yeah.
like jars of pickles.
Yeah,
Which,
yeah.
like hindsight, that's probably a huge red flag. Coming in and being like, "The fuck is this?"
Yeah.
But we traded them. I think whiskey. Like I think we gave them
Yeah,
some
it was
bourbon,
bullet bourbon. They had never
Yeah.
had bullet bourbon before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they gave us their like a bunch of jars of pickles, and they were like phenomenal pickles.
Damn.
And I think they were probably boozy.
Have you ever had a pickleback shot?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
What do you
Yes.
normally pickle back though? Like what's the
Jameson.
liquor? James. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same as us. Yeah.
I think so.
One of my good
Interesting.
friends is Irish, and if you ever pickle back a Jameson shot, he'll just bomb you.
Yeah. He gets very upset.
He
Yeah.
goes full IRA.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of those
But
real Irish people, they drink Powers. I don't know if you've ever had Powers, but
No.
No.
it's,
He doesn't
That's
talk
like
to
that.
us because of the way we treat Jameson, so we don't know any of his culture now.
oh shit.
With
Yeah.
Powers.
Powers is like a very standard Irish whiskey, I guess. So I knew some Irish folks, and that was their go-to.
So what's your favorite whiskey then?
I think Bullet Rye is probably one of my favorites. It's not expensive, and it's pretty damn good.
Yeah, it is good stuff.
I would say that's just a standard go-to. What about
Okay.
you, Luke?
My favorite kind of whiskey is marijuana.
Yeah, mine too.
I'd rather smoke than drink, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
There you go.
same here. That's ergo the not mixing. Yeah,
There you go.
Exactly.
Is it legal for you guys up there?
Yeah, it's federally it's legal here.
Oh, nice.
But the way that it was rolled out was handled by each province, and so like some provinces handled it differently than others. Like if you come to the province we live in, you can't swing a cat without hitting a weed store. But if you were to go to Quebec, for example, like they're very, very few and far between. Ontario was sort of somewhere in between there. So there's your experience buying weed in Canada will be very different depending on which provinces you go to. Yeah.
Kind of like here, I guess. They just legalized it for us 3 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
So we can cultivate our own, up to 4 plants.
Mhm.
It's funny. They kind of, it's like they didn't really understand what they were doing.
No.
Shocking.
At first they said you can cultivate up to 4 plants, but you couldn't have more
Over
than
an
like
ounce on you.
they said you couldn't have more than a pound, like collectively. But like
Oh, yeah.
4 plants, you're going to get more than that. So then they kind of revamped it and said you can carry an ounce on you in public, which is super extreme from what they just went with.
Huh.
But yeah, we do a ton of growing out here.
So it's legal, but you still have possession laws for quantity.
Yeah,
but it's
gray as hell.
it's like a
Right. Okay.
slap
I
on
see.
the wrist
Yeah.
ticket. Yeah.
There was a guy that had like 4 pounds, and they tried to do something with it, and then it got thrown out of court because they were just like,
Sure.
who cares?
Yeah.
He said, it was
Yeah.
I guess he claimed it was his personal thing, and they threw it out. But it's like it's so gray here right now. It's like I don't think they mess with you. I mean,
It's like the
It's
wild,
just-
wild east over here.
it kind of is the wild, wild east right now. But I heard that they're supposed 2024. They're supposed to actually lock down some laws on like dispensaries and like big grow house operations and actually
Sure.
roll out some sort of law. So
Right.
it has been just kind of black market chaos until supposedly next year, but who knows if that'll happen. So
Yeah.
we'll see.
It sounds more chaotic than when Colorado legalized, which was very orderly. Like Colorado's legalization was orderly, but the federal rules in the U.S. make it complicated to run a cannabis business because you can't do anything across state lines ever, and that like
Banks.
severely limits your market all the time. It's an odd rule. We ran into it in a strange way up here because some of the only research done on retail cannabis was done by one company called Deloitte. And in order to do any other type of research into it, you had to use like Google or somebody like that. Like you had to deliver surveys through a company like Google. But because it's illegal federally in the US, every time you would try to create any sort of research track for it, it would just get shut down right away. So if you come to Canada, one thing you will notice right away is that every weed store, no matter what the sign says on the front door, is like a spa. Every single one of them is built like a spa because that one research paper from Deloitte was like soccer moms want to get really high really soon and they don't want to do it in a scary place. And so they just made everything like a Sephora. And it's unbelievable. It's you'll get a kick out of it if you're touring here and shopping here.
Yeah. I specifically want to go shopping there.
Yeah, me too.
Come on up.
Go start at the west and work your way east. Yeah, that's right. Come to Alberta and we'll take you to a small town pot store where they bring out a binder. They bring out this great big binder and they're like, which of these would you like? And you can just stand there and peruse it for a while. Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay. Are you guys indica or sativa people?
Oh, I like all pots. for different purposes. But most evenings, I'm an indica guy. Yeah.
Did you see how he just perked right up there? He just like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
Your desk raised up a little
I can
bit.
actually talk about.
Looks like you just
Yeah.
got on some sativa.
I don't know a fucking thing about college basketball, fellas, but let me
Yeah.
tell you.
Weed. Well, I do know that they are trying to get weed off the Schedule 1 list.
Yeah.
And it passed the House of Representatives, but didn't get any further. So I think it's going to happen within a few years.
It's
But
only a
until
matter
then,
of
we just
time.
want to keep smoking it.
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. There's too much money behind it now for it to not end up federally legal. Like it's
Absolutely.
undeniably a market now.
It'll happen, yeah.
Matt, have you infused your honey with any of your herbs?
no, I don't really partake in the herbs, but the
I got you.
like I said, I totally forgot I had honey. I couldn't even make an old fashioned with it. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense, I guess.
Well, you two guys need to get, Scott and
Yeah.
Matt, you guys need to get hooked up.
Yeah, herb honey is interesting. This has never occurred to me before. Tell me about this.
Yeah. So do you guys do it, or have you had it before?
I have this little it's an infuser, and I haven't done it yet, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try it. I have one of those Levo infusers. Actually, it comes out of Canada. They do. You can make butters with it. You can make oils with it. It decarboxylates your marijuana inside of the little device. Looks like a Keurig, pretty much. It decarboxylates it, and then it infuses it all in the same little thing.
Really? I've
And
never
how-
heard of that.
Yeah, how big a
LEU,
quantity does it?
What's that?
How big a quantity can it infuse for? Or are you just making
so you can
something
get-
that you put into suspension?
It's got a little cartridge in it that you put all your ground up bud into, and that holds up to 10 grams, I believe.
Oh wow, yeah.
I got 2 of them, so I do 20 grams, and
Mm-hmm.
use, I don't even know how much goes into it. Probably half a quart of MCT oil or whatever you want to use for your oils, and just push a little button, literally like a Keurig. It just comes out into a mason jar or whatever you put in there.
Oh, that's incredible, huh?
Dude, it is really incredible. It does everything for you. You have to do nothing.
Oh,
So-
clearly the retail market here has made me lazy because I don't even grow any of my own. We're allowed to, and I just don't.
Yeah.
I should do that this year up at the farm. I should grow some.
Process, man.
Yeah.
Definitely a process.
All right. That sounds like
it's
a project, Matt. Can I borrow some honey?
Yeah. 5 gallons coming your way.
Thanks, bud.
Be a hell of a product, man.
If he can find it, he remembers where it's at.
No, I'm looking at literally a whole wall of 5-gallon buckets. So there's no problem.
Nice.
That's awesome. But yeah, I feel like we've taken up enough of your time, guys. I know you got chili and whiskey you want to get to here. Thanks again for coming on. This was great.
Yeah,
It was good
that was
getting
fun.
to know you.
Thank you.
Back to the Valley is out. Spotify, iTunes, anywhere you
Everywhere.
stream it.
Yep.
Perfect.
Well, thank you guys so much for having us on. This was a blast.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we had a
Awesome.
good time too, man. Thanks a whole bunch.
For
If you ever
sure.
come to Canada, hit us up.
Soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love your turkeys.
Yeah, sure. Find them for us, you guys. You got to come out here and find them for us.
Check out your soccer moms at the weed store. That's
Yeah. Just littered with them. Yeah.
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 All right. I'll be there tomorrow
We'll
in the
be there.
morning.
Getting in the van
Morning.
right now.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks a lot, guys.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys.
It was good chatting with you. If you don't mind, just leave your browser open for a couple minutes because
Yeah.
the thing likes to process because it's a piece of shit.
Sure.
So
Yep.
Okay.
that'd be much appreciated.
This was a blast.
Right.
Let's do it
Okay.
again
Awesome.
sometime in the future in real life. We can get a whole.
I would really
Thank-
like that.
That
Yeah.
sounds like a good
Yeah.
time.
Cool.
That sounds fucking awesome. Yeah.
100%.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
All right.
All right,
Awesome,
fellas.
guys.
Okay. Thank
Have
you.
a good one.
See ya.
So long. Bye.
Hey, nobody. Don't forget to check out mutteringpines.com for our line of apparel and follow us on social and anywhere you listen to or watch your favorite podcasts. And remember, keep on chooching.